Good morning, everyone. It's April 25th, 2019. You know, the globalists are going to collapse the entire world system, including the United States. And it has yet to be seen whether or not our current president, Donald Trump, is a globalist or not. There have been some things that show he isn't, but there's also been some things that shows he may be. So this is yet to be seen, right? My problem with waiting around and allowing these people to collapse the system is that it's done on their terms. When the population, specifically of the United States, we can worry about the rest of the world later, but specifically the United States, since we were supposed to be the model of what freedom is. If we were the people to induce such a collapse, then it would be on our terms and out of the hands of the globalists. People in Discord like to throw labels on these types of people. They like to call them communists, socialists, fascists. But it really don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's all the same. It's what Edward G. Griffin call it? Not dystopian. Damn, I had the word right at the tip of my tongue, too. It's still authoritarian. Highly authoritarian. Either way you cut it. Not a whole lot difference between the ideologies. At the end of the day, they are still authoritarian. So whether we call it fascism or communism or socialism, it's really irrelevant. But what is relevant is doing something about it. We have people who are ready, willing, and able to take action. However, we need more of them. We need a lot more. Because if we leave it in the hands of the globalists, again, it will be done on their terms. But if we seize it into our hands, it will be done on our terms. That way, we can build out of the ashes. I'm here at Blacklisted News, which is what prompted me to say what I just said. Let's check it out together. Out of the ashes, clash of civilizations could summon new world religion. And of course, the Pope has been actively attempting to create this one world religion. I told you we already live under the New World Order, and the next one is the One World Order. And the two things are a whole lot different. And this comes from Daniel Taylor, old thinker. Okay. Rockefeller-backed Federal Council of Churches pushed world government, universal system of money, and worldwide freedom of immigration in 1942. The council was told by Dr. William Patton, co-secretary of the World Council of Churches, that collectivism is coming, whether we like it or not. And basically, in a collective society, it's kind of like being in a cell block in prison. Bear with me. In that, say, Johnny gets caught with drugs in his cell. Well, they lock down the whole cell block. And the same thing goes with a collective society. Instead of the individual being punished for his crime against the community, the whole community is punished. We can apply the same logic to the so-called opiate crisis, right? We have doctors out there who traded prescriptions for sex and money. And as a result of that, all the people who have legitimate reasons for needing painkillers are being put through the ringers. They are being punished for what some other bad actors have done. And this is the biggest problem with collectivism. Your family is a collective unit. But that's not the same thing as an entire society being a collective. For those paying attention, there is a discernible pattern of social engineering that is directed at the major world religions, particularly Christianity. Now, I'm not a Christian, okay? But I recognize the value of some of the Christian beliefs. I don't think Christians should be targeted unfairly. I don't think Muslims should be targeted unfairly. However, when you are an ideology that has a doctrine of convert or die, it's kind of hard to sympathize with you. This is undoubtedly a very complex issue, as there are numerous belief systems and nuanced views of millions of people. What we know is that globalist financed wars and revolutions have fueled illegal immigration and stoked flames of conflict all over the world. And this conflict is coming to America. Again, if we induce it as the people, we control it. If the globalists induce it, we have absolutely no control. It's all reactionary. And there's two styles of management. There is reactive and proactive. It's always better to look in the future and see what the problems might arise and how you can nip them in the ass now, as opposed to waiting for those problems to arise and dealing with it then. Proactive, reactive. Anyone with a brain would see that taking a proactive approach to most of your problems, if possible, might save you a whole lot of fucking grief, including this problem. It can be reasonably demonstrated that key globalist organizations are following a program for reshaping the world's religions utilizing a tried and true technique. It's a process called the Hegelian dialectic. Here's a simplified outline of the dialectic as applied by globalist forces. Thesis. Problem. Religions are bigoted, feed intolerance, and fuel violence. Extreme examples from each group are held up for the world to see. And it's true that religions are bigoted and feed intolerance. And as Gustave Le Bon put it, a society has no right to be tolerant because its first duty is to survive. Reaction. I don't want to be politically incorrect. Disassociation with demonized groups ensues. Solution. A middle ground is found and a politically correct faith is formed under the banner of global government. And again, it's this same global government who is actively working to exterminate 90% of the human population on this here planet. I think I'm getting better at this. The establishment has encouraged and planted the seeds of extremism where it suits geopolitical agendas. The consequences of this manipulation are then pointed at in the ensuing dialectical battle as evidence of a just cause against he says against twice these ideas. We don't need to go into history because we already know. Anyone who's on my channel has some kind of background of the history of this. We know it started out of the ashes of World War I. We know it continued out of the ashes of World War II and has become the behemoth monster that we know as globalism today. And the only way for us to survive is to be proactive, meaning preemptive strike, meaning not sitting around on YouTube talking about it. And I keep saying we need you at Discord. We are building an army, and we need you to join. We need you to join before it's too late. We need to be proactive, not reactive. If we are reactive, we will almost certainly fail. If we're proactive, we will almost certainly succeed. So, Discord links are below. Be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. If you like my videos, you like what I have to say, please give me a thumbs up. Or a share. And if I'm worthy of your spare change, my PayPal link's below as well. And until next time, kill the state, live free.